श्री गुरवे नमः। श्री गुरवे नमः। श्री गुरवे नमः। आचार्यं मां विजानीयात् नावमन्येत कर्हिचित्। नमर्त्य बुद्ध्या सूयेत सर्वदेव मयो गुरुः। हे परम प्रियतम पूर्णतम पुरुषोत्तम श्री कृष्ण, तुमसे विमुख होने के कारण अनादिकाल से हमने अनंतानंत दुख पाए एवं पा रहे हैं। पाप करते करते अंतःकरण इतना मलिन हो चुका है कि रसिकों द्वारा यह जानने पर भी कि तुम अपनी भुजाओं को पसारे अपनी वात्सल्यमय दृष्टि से हमारी प्रतीक्षा कर रहे हो, तुम्हारी शरण में नहीं आ पाता। हे अशरण शरण, तुम्हारी कृपा के बिना तुम्हें कोई जान भी तो नहीं सकता। ऐसी स्थिति में हे अकारण करुण पतित पावन श्री कृष्ण, तुम अपनी अहेतुकी कृपा से ही हमको अपना लो। हे करुणा सागर, हम भुक्ति मुक्ति आदि कुछ नहीं मांगते, हमें तो केवल तुम्हारे निष्काम प्रेम की ही एकमात्र चाह है। हे नाथ, अपने विरध की ओर देखकर इस अधम को निराश ना करो। हे जीवन धन, अब बहुत हो चुका, अब तो तुम्हारे प्रेम के बिना यह जीवन मृत्यु से भी अधिक भयानक है। अतएव प्रेम भिक्षाम देहि, प्रेम भिक्षाम देहि, प्रेम भिक्षाम देहि। साकेत बिहारी श्री राघवेंद्र सरकार की जय। वृंदावन बिहारी श्री यादवेंद्र सरकार की जय। श्रीमद् सद्गुरु सरकार की जय। जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे। भजो गिरिधर गोविंद गोपाला।
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 भजो गिरि
जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन रसिक मुकुट मणि जय गोपी जन। जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन रसिक मुकुट मणि जय गोपी जन। जय राधे राधे रटे श्याम राधे रटे श्याम श्याम।
राधे राधे रटे श्याम राधे रटे श्याम श्याम।
राधे 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 रटे श्याम राधे रटे श्याम श्याम।
राधे राधे रटे श्याम राधे रटे श्याम श्याम।
राधे श्याम युगल नाम मेरो है युगल नाम मेरो है जीवन।
राधे श्याम युगल नाम मेरो है जीवन।
राधे राधे रटे श्याम, राधे रटे श्याम श्याम।
राधे राधे रटे श्याम, राधे रटे श्याम श्याम।
राधे राधे रटे श्याम, राधे रटे श्याम श्याम। राधे राधे
रटे श्याम, राधे रटे श्याम श्याम।
राधे राधे रटे श्याम, राधे रटे श्याम श्याम।
राधे राधे रटे श्याम, राधे रटे श्याम श्याम।
राधे 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 रटे श्याम, राधे रटे श्याम श्याम।
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 राधे श्याम युगल नाम मेरो है जीवन।
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 जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन। रसिक मुकुट मणि जय गोपी जन। जय राधे
जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन। रसिक मुकुट मणि जय गोपी जन।
भई सहचरी, हाँ भई सहचरी राधा रानी की नित्य धाम वृंदावन महारानी की।
राधा रानी की नित्य धाम वृंदावन महारानी की।
नित्य धाम वृंदावन महारानी की।
नित्य धाम वृंदावन महारानी की।
नित्य सेवा नित्य धाम नित्य पाऊं आठों याम।
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 राखो रुचि सोई जोई ठाकुरानी की।
राखो रुचि सोई जोई ठाकुरानी की।
राखो रुचि सोई जोई ठाकुरानी की।
राखो रुचि सोई जोई ठाकुरानी सेवा नित्य धाम नित्य पाऊँ आठों याम
नित्य 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 सेवा नित्य धाम नित्य पाऊँ आठों याम
राखो रुचि सोई जोई ठाकुरानी की
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 जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन रसिक मुकुट मणि जय गोपी जन
जय
राधे
जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन रसिक मुकुट मणि जय गोपी
मेरो एक प्राण धन एक ही जीवन नंद नंदन मदन मोहन राधिका रमण
मेरो एक प्राण धन एक ही जीवन नंद नंदन मदन मोहन राधिका रमण
नंद नंदन मदन मोहन राधिका रमण
नंद नंदन मदन मोहन राधिका रमण
श्याम ही है मेरो यार श्याम ही सो मेरो प्यार
श्याम ही है मेरो यार श्याम ही सो मेरो प्यार
श्याम ही है मेरो यार श्याम ही सो मेरो प्यार
श्याम ही है मेरो यार श्याम ही सो मेरो प्यार
श्याम ही समायो आठों याम तन मन
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 श्याम ही है मेरो यार श्याम ही सो मेरो प्यार
श्याम ही है मेरो यार श्याम ही सो मेरो प्यार
श्याम ही है मेरो यार श्याम ही सो मेरो प्यार
श्याम ही है मेरो यार श्याम ही सो मेरो प्यार
श्याम ही है श्याम ही है मेरो यार श्याम ही सो मेरो प्यार
श्याम ही है मेरो यार
ही है मेरो यार, श्याम ही सो मेरो प्यार।
श्याम ही है मेरो यार, श्याम ही सो मेरो प्यार।
श्याम ही है मेरो यार, श्याम ही सो मेरो प्यार।
श्याम ही है मेरो यार, श्याम ही सो मेरो प्यार।
श्याम ही है मेरो यार, श्याम ही सो मेरो प्यार।
श्याम ही है मेरो यार, श्याम ही सो मेरो प्यार।
ओ नित्य सेवा नित्य धाम, नित्य पाऊं आठों याम।
नित्य सेवा नित्य धाम, नित्य पाऊं आठों
ओ
याम।
नित्य सेवा नित्य सेवा, नित्य सेवा नित्य धाम, नित्य पाऊं आठों याम।
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 श्याम ही है मेरो यार, श्याम ही सो मेरो प्यार।
श्याम ही है मेरो यार, श्याम ही सो मेरो
ओ
प्यार।
श्याम ही है, श्याम ही है, श्याम ही है मेरो यार, श्याम ही सो मेरो प्यार।
श्याम ही है मेरो यार, श्याम ही सो मेरो प्यार।
श्याम ही है मेरो यार, श्याम ही सो मेरो प्यार।
श्याम ही है मेरो यार, श्याम ही सो मेरो प्यार।
श्याम ही समायो आठों याम तन मन।
श्याम ही समायो आठों याम तन मन।
जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन। रसिक मुकुट मणि जय गोपी जय।
जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन। रसिक मुकुट मणि जय गोपी जय।
रसिक मुकुट मणि जय गोपी जय।
रसिक मुकुट मणि जय गोपी जय।
श्रीमद् सतगुरु सरकार की जय। श्रीमद् युगल सरकार की जय। जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे। So in last 8 days I have explained that all the creatures of this world want only one thing, that is happiness. Although it seems like different kind of living beings have different desire, and according to that they have different kind of aims as well. But if we deeply reflect, then we find that all the living beings on this entire planet demand only for one thing, that is happiness alone. And when we found that what is the definition of happiness, then all the scriptures said unanimously that Anando Brahmeti Vijanat. The other name of happiness is God. You can say God, Brahma, Paramatma, Bhagavan. There are many names of the same entity, but we can say that He is the supreme being, and He is the embodiment of happiness. That's why the aim of all the living beings' life is only to attain happiness. So in other words, all the living beings want to realize God alone. They want to attain God realization. That is the only aim of all the living beings. So, we had to find out that then how can we attain this ultimate goal of life? Through the scriptures and the opinion of the great saints, we came to know that there is only one way to realize God. There was no other way before, and there cannot be no other way in future. There is only one way to realize God, and that is bhakti, devotion. So we have to practice devotion only. We have to attain devotion to attain the ultimate goal of life. So how would we attain devotion? In this connection, we came to know that devotion, the other name of devotion, the essence of devotion, means love. And love is a divine entity. To attain this divine entity, we have to do some practice. Although our mind, our senses, our intellect is not divine. It is material. But the scriptures say that because God is causeless merciful, that's why even if we practice devotion sincerely, then gradually He gives divine power and He appears in front of His devotees as well. So to practice devotion, we discussed about the main characteristic of devotion. In this reference, it came in front of us through the Vedas and the other scriptures, that if we want to attain devotion, we must know essentially three things. Number one, anyabhilashita shunyam, that we must not desire any other thing. If you want to attain devotion, then do not desire for anything at all, only devotion. We have to attain devotion only. If there is any material desire with the desire of devotion, like you are going to the temple, to a tirth place, to a sacred place, in a satsang, but here is a desire of some material attainment, then that will not be called devotion, and we cannot get the result of devotion. We have to remember God only. We have to desire for the grace of God only. So, anyabhilashita shunyam means we must not desire for any material achievement. And number two, we must not desire for liberation as well, because liberation gives freedom from all kind of miseries forever. But it does not give us happiness as well. The liberated one always remain in the ocean of bliss forever. But he cannot enjoy the bliss of God because he becomes one with God. That's why the Rasik saints, they say that we must not desire for liberation as well. And the third thing, that there must not be any pressure of any kind of rule, regulation, restriction of the path of karma or knowledge, etc. Because there are lots of rules written in the Vedas. Those who are following the path of karma and those who are following the path of Gyan Marg, but bhakti is completely independent. It does not need any kind of restriction. There is no restriction, there is no rule, no regulation. Only there is one thing. There is one rule, regulation, whatever you say, is that remember God all the time, without any gap. Keep Him in your mind. And there is only one restriction, that do not forget Him. We have to remember only these two things when we are practicing devotion. Remember God all the time and do not forget Him even for a fraction of a second. These are the two rules only. And after that, we also brought the views of the fifth Jagat Guru, who is given the title of Jagat Guru Uttam for the first time in the history of India. And he said that if you are practicing devotion, there are four things which are essential to follow. Number one, bhakti man se ho nit. Number two, man se ho nit. These are the two things. We have to practice devotion by heart. And the meaning of this was explained by Shri Maharaj Ji, the Jagat Guru Uttam Jagat Guru Swami Shri Kripaluji Maharaj, that practicing devotion by heart means you have to remember the form of God. We have been hearing this, that you have to practice devotion with the attachment of your mind. And that is called in all the scriptures by all the saints as well, that you have to do bhakti by mind, means you have to remember God. And the name was given to this kind of meditation or remember, like meditation, remembrance, sumiran, smaran, etc., dhyan. There are many names of the same thing. But it was not clarified before in any scripture so far that what is the meaning of remembering God. We have no clear conception about that what is remembering God. Sri Maharaj clarified it, and he said remembering God means you should bring the form of God. You have to remember some form of God with the help of the pictures or the murtis, etc. And here a problem came, that if we are focusing with the basis of pictures and the murtis, etc., then these murtis, the form in these murtis or the pictures is made by the material beings. So they have no idea of the divine form of God. The form of God is divine. So number one, those pictures are made by material beings, so how can we have the idea of the real form of God, which is divine? And number two, our heart, our mind is also not divine. It is also material. So when we would remember God with the material mind, then even then we will get the material result of it. How can we attain bhakti, devotion, which is a divine entity? Sri Maharaj solved this problem also, and he said, when we practice devotion by heart, like we are trying to remember God's form with the help of any murti or any photo, then because God is omniscient and omnipresent as well, so He is sitting in our heart and He knows what I am thinking. So if you are having this kind of feeling for that murti, that this is not only a murti of stone, this is the real form of my God. If you feel like that, if you have no feeling that he is the real God. This is not only the Murti. Shri Radharani herself is sitting in each and every particle of this Murti. See, all the scriptures say unanimously, all the religions say unanimously that God is omnipresent. There is not even one particle of this material world where God is not pervaded. See, he is omnipresent. So if you know that God is omnipresent, then is he omnipresent leaving this Murti only? He is present everywhere except this Murti. If he is omnipresent, he is present everywhere. He is present in this Murti and he is present in each and every particle of our body as well. Everywhere he is there. So what we have to do, we have to think, we have to feel like this is the original form of Shri Radharani. It is the original form of Shri Krishna. And when we are having this kind of feeling, then God, who is sitting in our heart and who is sitting in each and every pore of the Murti or the photo as well, then he gives the result of having this kind of feeling for him. That's why we should not afraid that if I am worshipping through a Murti or photo, because photo is material, that's why we will get material result. No, we get the result of our bhavana, our feeling, our sentiments. And then the science of Rup Dhyan was clearly explained over here. And according to Maharajji's philosophy, we have to do Rup Dhyan continuously and sincerely. Gradually, when we do Rup Dhyan, then this mind becomes pure. Shri Maharajji has written in one of his scripture, Kripalu Trayodashi, Shri Krishna Prapti Sehi Govinda Radhe Jeev ko divya sukh प्राप्त हो बता दे। श्री कृष्ण प्राप्ति हेतु गोविंद राधे, श्री कृष्ण कृपा अनिवार्य बता दे। और श्री कृष्ण कृपा हेतु गोविंद राधे, साधन केवल भक्ति बता दे। भक्ति मन से हो नित गोविंद राधे, भाव निष्काम अनन्य बता दे। इमी मन शुद्ध हो तो गोविंद राधे, मन को स्वरूप शक्ति दिव्य बना दे। तब दिव्य मन में दे गोविंद राधे, गुरु लादनी सार प्रेम बता दे। If we are practicing devotion nitya, every day, regularly, sincerely, then our heart becomes pure gradually. And then man ko swarup shakti divya bana de. Then by the grace of God, the swarup shakti of God enters gradually according to our devotion. According to the percentage of our devotion, the swarup shakti gradually and secretly enters our heart, and it starts turning this material mind into divine mind. When this heart is completely pure and it becomes divine, then tab दिव्य मन में दे गोविंद राधे, गुरु लादनी सार प्रेम बता दे. Then he gives the arms of divine love to the jeev. So that's why we have to practice devotion. And Maharaj ji said that we have to be ananya, means worship only one form of God, so that you can remember Him all the time, you can establish some relation with Him, so that your love will increase by leaps and bounds. So after studying everything, now we know all about bhakti, the main parts of bhakti. That if we are doing bhakti, it's very, very essential to know that we must not desire for anything else except bhakti. Who gets bhakti? When this question was asked, then Kakbhushan Ji Maharaj said, Jahi na chahiye kabahu kachu, tum san sahaj saneha. Only that person can attain bhakti who has no other desire except getting your love. He wants only your love. He wants only your grace. Only that person can practice devotion. So we have to practice devotion now. So now we have to understand that if I know that yes, I have a firm belief now, that is called Shraddha. In the language of scriptures, Vishwas, the faith, the trust, that I know it very well now, that I have to practice devotion because I understand it very well that without practicing devotion, I cannot attain the ultimate goal of life of happiness. We are suffering since eternity. We are roaming in the cycle of death and birth since eternity. Now we know that we can attain happiness, and that happiness is unlimited. Yo vai bhuma tat sukham. That true happiness is unlimited, and that is forever. Once we attain happiness, then it cannot be snatched from us. It will always remain. Plus, there is one more quality in the true happiness, that it is ever increasing. It will always increase. So definitely we want to attain that happiness, after which there is no misery at all. Always we'll have bliss. All the time we will enjoy divine bliss. So for the attainment of that divine bliss, we have to start practice. So there are some methods which are classical, means they are depicted in our scriptures. And Shri Maharaj agrees with some of them. But before we discuss that what is the classical method of practicing devotion, there is one more important factor. We have to know a little bit about that. As a matter of fact, that factor is that important that we must know a lot about that. But we have the lack of time, so I will give you just a hint that what is that most important factor without which we cannot practice devotion at all. And the name of that most important factor is Guru, the spiritual master. The Vedas also say that tad vijnanartham sa gurumeva bhigachet samit pani shrotriyam brahmanishtam tad vijnanartham. If you really want to know God, if you want to reach God, if you want to attain bliss, then first of all, you have to go and take shelter at the lotus feet of an authentic saint. We have to take shelter at the lotus feet of an authentic saint for sure, because he would tell us what is the feasible path for you, what you have to do, how you have to do. Because God accepts those only. We cannot worship God directly. Impossible. Why? Because He accepts only those individual beings whose hearts have become pure. We are the material beings. our heart is not pure. There is a pressure of Maya all the time. That's why all the vices of Maya overcome our mind all the time. So our heart is not pure at all. So who will accept us? God says, Nirmal man jan soi mohi bhava. I like only those individual beings whose hearts are completely free, completely pure. But our heart is not pure. Then who will accept us? The saints say, I will accept you. Don't worry. If your heart is dirty, you have done lots of sins, or you are still doing sins every moment, don't worry about that. You just come to me. Come to me. I will rectify everything. So we have to go and take the shelter at the lotus feet of our Guru. Then Guru will teach us. He will tell that what kind of sadhana you have to do. Plus, when we will do sadhana, some difficulties will come. Some question arise in our mind. Then who will answer those questions? If I am having any problem in my sadhana, then who will solve that problem? Guru says, I will do. If you have any question, if you have any problem in your sadhana, if you are having any difficulty in your sadhana, come to me. I will let you know what is the reason and how can you correct it. And because of some bad impressions of our past lives, sometimes we become careless also. So when we are not doing sadhana properly, we have become careless. At that time as well, Guru comes over there and he awakes us. He lovingly says, he tells us that you are very careless these days. If you will be careless like that, then forget about attaining the ultimate goal of your life. You cannot do that. He inspires. But still, if we don't listen to our Guru, then he scolds. If we still not listen to him, then he punishes also. In that way, by hook or by crook, he always makes his efforts. He does his best to promote our devotion. And thirdly, when we are practicing devotion in the guidance of a saint and we are making progress little by little, means our class is changing. Like if you are going to the school and some teacher is teaching you, then naturally you will not be in the same class forever. Every year your class is changing. You were in the first grade, now you are in second grade, now in third grade, fourth grade, MAB. You pass all the classes in that way. And secondly, when you are going from one grade to another grade, then your syllabus, your curriculum is also changed. In the first grade, you are learning A, B, C, D. Does not mean that when you will go in second, third, fourth, fifth grade, even then you will learn only A, B, C, D all the time. No. Every time your subject, your curriculum is changed. New subjects you have to learn. You have to study more. The higher education will be given every time to you. So never think that once you met Guru and he told you what sadhana you have to do, now it is finished. I don't have to go to the Guru again because he said to me, do this kind of sadhana and I will keep on doing this sadhana. No. If you keep on doing the same sadhana all the time, it means you don't want any progress or you are not making any progress. So you have to make progress, and every time when we are making progress, then we need Guru to tell us then now what you have to do. So he helps us a lot. And there is one more importance of Guru, that sometimes some bad sanskars come, the bad impressions of our past lives come in our being. At that time, those problems become a barrier in our sadhana. when those bad sanskar come, then despite of doing too much labor, we are very keen to do more sadhana. Even then, we fail to do sadhana properly because of the bad sanskar. Many people ask me this question, that sometimes when I sit for my sadhana, I feel like my Rup Dhyan is made very well. I'm doing sadhana very comfortably, very good sadhana is going on, and sometimes I make so much effort, still I cannot do Rup Dhyan. Yes, when bad sanskar come, then you cannot do that. At that time, Guru comes there secretly and he fights with our bad sanskars. He fights with the bad sanskar. Like if you are going somewhere to meet someone, he will give you such a bad kind of association, bad kind of advice, or he will involve you in bad kind of habits, which will become a barrier in your sadhana. Then somehow he will stop you from going to that friend or to that place. Definitely. Sometimes when some bad sanskar come, like if tomorrow you are going somewhere and it is predestined that you will have an accident for sure tomorrow, and that will be a big accident. So if because of that big accident, there will be some fracture or bad injury, something will happen like that, that it will force you to be on the bed only for 1 month or more than that, then sometimes Guru makes you undergo that problem in the dream. He does it. You will have the same problem, the same accident, or whatever is going to be happen in your life, which will be an hindrance in your sadhana. You will undergo it in dream only, and you will be free. There are many things. If we start counting that what does a guru do with a disciple, it will take day and night. And still, we cannot describe everything about the grace of Guru. And this is also true that tasmis tajjane bheda bhavat. Narad Bhakti Sutra says that there is no difference between God and a saint. Janat tumahi hai jai. As soon as a jivatma, an individual being, realizes God, God is so merciful that He gives all His powers, including the power of Yog Maya, to His disciple. So they become equal in Anand, means bliss, and powers. That's why if it is difficult to worship God, because we haven't seen God, sometimes it is difficult to do Rup Dhyan of God, to worship God, to love God. So if you have the same kind of love with your Guru, it is also equally good. Rather, Devadyuti said, Bhakti yatha gurau mesti tadvarishtha gurau yadi mamastitena satyena sandarshayatu me harihi. If it is true that my devotion towards Guru is more than my devotion towards Shri Krishna, if it is true that my devotion towards Guru is higher than the devotion towards Shri Krishna, only on the basis of this truth, I request Hari, I request God to appear, to give me darshan. Guru Govind do khade काके लागू पाँव बलिहारी गुरु आपने जिन गोविंद दियो मिलाए. The importance of Guru cannot be described in the words, but Guru does the most important work. As I was reciting some lines of Radha Govind Geet, and just now you heard that when the heart becomes pure, this mind becomes pure, and Swarup Shakti enters in the heart, and it turns the material mind into divine, then Guru comes first, not God. Still God will not come. Guru comes first, and he infuses the divine love bliss in our heart. Then we attain God realization, then we attain the seva of God. तब जीव पाले निज गोविंद राधे नित्य दासत्व अधिकार बता दे. Only by the grace of God we attain the seva, the darshan, the grace of God. That's why I said, before practicing devotion, the most important thing come in between, who is a guru. So we have to surrender ourselves to Guru first, and we are supposed to listen to each and every instruction of Guru. If we listen to him 50%, and for the 50%, rest of the 50%, we do whatever we want to do, then forget about God realization. We cannot attain. We have to surrender to him 100% only then we can attain God realization. So now, after knowing all that and having an authentic saint also, when we are going to practice devotion according to the instructions of our Guru, then what kind of practical sadhana do we have to do? Practical sadhana means which you are going to do every day. So there are two kinds of sadhana which we have to perform every day without any gap. One sadhana is called the sadhana of karma sannyas. And the second type of sadhana is called the sadhana of karma yoga. Sadhana of karma sannyas means when people hear the name of sannyas, then they become perplexed. Is Didi going to make us sannyasi? Do we have to go to the jungle to do sadhana? No. You don't have to leave your home. You have to live in your home. Karma sannyas means when you are doing your sadhana, when you become karma sannyasi, at that time, forget about the rest of the world. You have to feel, I belong to no one. I have no other relative, no husband, no wife, no children, no friends, nothing at all. Here is only myself and my all in all, my beloved Shyam Sundar or Guru. No one else is here. And now you are going to do sadhana. So when you sit, when we are going to do such kind of sadhana of karma sannyas, then there is some suggestion of Brahma Sutra, which Maharajji also recommend. The Brahma Sutra says that before you sit for your sadhana, you should know 4 things, that how you should sit for sadhana. What should we know about that? The Brahma Sutra says, the first sutra is saying about it, that asina sambhavat. First of all, you sit in a lonely place where there is a altar in which the picture of your Ishtadev, Shri Radha Krishna, and Guru is there. Don't bring all the pictures of many Devi Devtas, the picture of Radha Krishna, picture of Ram Sita, picture of Bhagwan Shankar, picture of Hanumanji and Ganeshji and all other Devi Devtas. I have seen many people put the picture in the altar of all the Devi Devtas plus the picture of Gandhiji, Indira Gandhi, etc. also. So we should not, we are the disciples of Sri Maharaj. He is the highest philosopher of this era. So we should not do this kind of mistake. We don't need the picture of anyone because our mind is already so unstable, it's so fickle, it always runs from here to there. If you are having so many pictures, although Ram, Krishna, Durga, Shankar, they are one and the same personalities, but we have to focus. We have to remember God. So if you are changing your Ishtadev every minute, sometimes you are worshipping Ram, sometimes you are worshipping Krishna, sometimes Hanumanji, Shankarji, then you cannot focus on anyone. But if you are remembering the same name all the time, you are thinking about the same name, you are singing the same names, you are saying the same name, all the time same, you are thinking about the same form of God, then at least one form of God will be stable in your mind. So wherever you go and whatever you do, if you are thinking about only one form of God, I think you must not have forgotten yesterday's Pananyata. We have to be Pananya, not only Ananya. We have to be Pananya. And being Pananya, we should not have any other picture at all. No murti, no picture, except our Ishtadev and Guru, Radha, and nothing else. So when you are sitting over there, you have to sit asina sambhavat. You have to sit in a good posture, in a comfortable posture, and then dhyana cha. And after that, the second sutra is saying you have to do roop dhyan, dhyana. You are sitting for what? For dhyan. To meditate upon the divine form of God. That is the only aim of your sadhana, dhyan. You have to remember God. And I explained it yesterday that if you are not remembering the form of God, do not forget this word, that if you are not remembering the form of God, a particular form of God, it means your mind is remembering someone or something else for sure. It is 100% sure that you are remembering someone else or something else. Then how come you are practicing devotion towards God? Then if you say that I am still practicing devotion, maybe the devotion of the thing, the material thing, devotion towards the material being, but it is not devotion for Radha Krishna. It is not devotion for your Ishtadev. So we have to we have to do roop dhyan, dhyana cha. And number 3, achalatvam chapeksha. Sit straight. If you are sitting like that, some people, especially in the winter time, they cover themselves with the comforter or with the blanket, and totally they have covered and they are sitting like that, then what will happen? They will sleep. They will be sleepy for sure. So, no. The Siddhant, the philosophy of devotion says that you should sit straight without taking any support. Don't lean towards the wall or anything else. Many people sit nowadays on the yoga chair and they sit like that, and after some time they sleep. So we have to skip all these things because we are going to do sadhana seriously. We have to attain the highest result, the highest goal of life. There is nothing beyond that. And then you cannot be that careless for that. Even if you have to pass the small examination, or you have to do an interview tomorrow, then you sit so carefully and you read and you study your subject so carefully, and you are going to attain the ultimate goal of life, and you are careless. It means you are not keen to attain the goal of life. If you are really keen, then you have to be very careful about that. So, achalatvam chapeksha. You have to sit straight like this. And then, manai kagrita avaishyashat. Manai kagrita. We have to focus. Ekagra. We have to focus only at one point, at one form of God. But we should not be concerned about the particular direction or particular seat, etc. No. Wherever, whenever you feel like doing your practice, you can do that. Don't impose any kind of necessity on your head. Just think that now I have to remember. But this is the only necessity, that you have to do Rup Dhyan. So when we understand these 4 points and we sit for our sadhana, being very careful, straight, and keeping in mind that we have to do Rup Dhyan, then what kind of Rup Dhyan should we do? Many people ask me that we haven't seen God. Although we have seen pictures, but in each picture there is different kind of form of God, different kind of decoration, different kind of makeup, different kind of ornaments are seen in the pictures. Then what should we think about Sri Krishna? How can we focus on the divine form of God? About that, Shri Maharaj Ji has written the classic method of doing Rup Dhyan in his most exclusive scripture, Sevak Sevya Siddhant. In Sevak Sevya Siddhant, Shri Maharaj Ji explains that first of all, you should know what is the complexion of Sri Krishna. Your Ishtadev is Sri Krishna, so what is the complexion? Because when we see the pictures or the murtis of Sri Krishna, in some pictures you will see a light blue color of Sri Krishna. In some pictures, dark blue color. In some pictures or murtis, the color is so dark, like black, it seems like black color. In some murtis or pictures, the complexion of Sri Krishna is white. So what is real complexion of Sri Krishna? Although anyone cannot describe it, because that complexion is divine. Still Sri Maharaj Ji says that we should try our best to go very close to the real complexion of Sri Krishna. Tulsidas Ji Maharaj also tried to give the answer to this question, that what is the complexion of Sri Ram? Sri Ram, the complexion of Sri Ram and Sri Krishna is same. So he said he could not find anything to compare with the complexion of Sri Krishna. That's why he said, he selected 3 things. Neel saroruh, neel mani, neel ghanshyam. His blue color is similar to neel saroruh. Saroruh means lotus, blue lotus. There are 3 qualities in lotus, in blue lotus. It is blue, it is very soft and full of fragrance. So the body of Sri Krishna is also very, very soft. It's blue, and there is Ashtagandha, is always emanating from his divine body. 8 kind of fragrances. The fragrance of his mouth, we all have some kind of smell in our mouth, and Lord Krishna's fragrance of mouth is divine, is most beautiful, most enchanting. So he had the fragrance of mouth, the fragrance of a Hari Chandan, is kind of sandalwood paste, the fragrance of Chandan, and then the fragrance of Kumkum, vermilion, and then the mixed fragrance of Harichandan and vermilion, and then the fragrance of Tulsi, the Tulsi which is offered to the lotus feet of Shri Krishna. It has a very divine fragrance. That is the same fragrance which enchanted the heart of the Sanakadik Paramhans. They just had the fragrance of the Tulsi which was offered the lotus feet of Sri Krishna, and he forgot about his trance, he forgot about his samadhi, and he came to Sri Krishna and he asked for a boon. His boon was also very peculiar. He asked Sri Krishna, Kamam bhavasa vrijinair nirayeshu nasyat chetoli vad yadinute padayoramet vachaschanas tulasivad yadite ngrishodha purye tate gunaganair yadi karnarandhra. He said that please give me a vardhan, give me a boon. What? Send me to hell. What? You are Paramhans, you are going to be liberated and you are asking to go to the hell? He said, yes. If I am given a chance to be at the lotus feet of yourself, like this Tulsi, the leaf of Tulsi, then I prefer to go to hell. I don't have to go to any other planet, or I don't want liberation, etc. So that is also a fragrance of Sri Krishna. And then there is a fragrance of his mouth and all these things. And he is wearing a Banmala also. There are 5 wild flowers in the Banmala. Tulsi, Kunda, Mandara, Parijata, Saroruha. These 5 flowers are there. So mixed smell, the mixed fragrance of these 5 flowers. Then the mixed fragrance of all of them and the fragrance of mouth. So it is called Ashtagandha, 8 kinds of the fragrances which emanate from the body of Sri Krishna. And all these 8 kind of fragrances create a new fragrance that is called 9th kind of the fragrance. So Sri Maharaj is saying that Neela Saroruhu, these are the similarities, the fragrance and the softness and the blueness with the Kamal, with the lotus. But his body is very shiny as well. He cannot hide himself. Once he was going to steal the butter, and it was dark. He said, nobody can know that I am going to steal the butter. But his body was shining so much that it was giving the full light in the room. So he was caught over there because of the shine of his body. So to describe that quality of Sri Krishna's body, Tulsidas ji said, Neelamani, add Neelmani also. So the 3 qualities are in Neelmani, the sapphire. Blueness, there is blue, sapphire is blue, and it has shine. Neel Saroru Neelamani. It is blue, it has a shine, and it is very precious. So all these qualities are seen in the body of Sri Krishna as well. But still, his body is very soothing. Whoever looks towards his body, he attains so much peace. The peace of mind, the pleasure, so much bliss is there. But that is not in Neelmani, it is not in that lotus as well. Then he used the 3rd simile, And he says, Neela Neela Ghanshyam. What is the quality of Ghanshyam? The clouds, Latin with the rain water. The clouds with the water, they also give some shanti and tapaharta. That if you are fed up of the heat, too much heat in summertime, then those clouds will give you some coolness as well. So they are blue, they have coolness, and they also give some soothing experience. So if you include all these qualities, then we reach a little bit closer to the color of Shyam Sundar's body. Shri Maharaj Ji does not agree with that also, and he gives a clue, which is very exclusive. I never heard or read anywhere else, but Shri Maharaj Ji told it when he was sitting in the company of his own devotees. Then he said that there is a plant of alsi, the flaxseed. So in the morning, if there is a flower of flaxseed, when the first ray of sun falls on the flower of flaxseed, at that time you see the color of that flower. That is only few moments in the morning when you can see that. In the morning, when the first ray of the sun falls on the flower of flaxseed, that time you'll see an exclusive blue color. That is very, very similar to the complexion of Shri Krishna. So we have to do Roop Dhyan of his blue complexion. And then we have to focus on his entire being. So his face is round, and there is so much effulgence in his face. It's so soothing, so peaceful, that it seems that the beauty and soothness of millions of moons put together has collected over there in the face of Sri Krishna. It's so beautiful. His beauty is not like only one moon. It is the beauty of millions of moons put together. So we have to focus on his face. On his face, there is one thing which is extremely beautiful, that is his eyes. There are 3 colors in his eye. The eyelid is blue, and inside his eyes there is white color, and at the corner of eye there is red color. That is Prem Ras. His eye, the corner of the eyes are little red. And in the center of the eye, there is a pupil which is black. So it seems like there is an ocean of nectar and in the center of the ocean of nectar, there is an ocean of poison. See, in the midst of ocean of nectar, there is an ocean of poison. Sudha payo nidhi madhi vish ambudhi matvare chanchal drigvare darshan dena nand dulare. Shri Maharaj Ji has described in this bhajan the beauty of Shyam Sundar. And there is some naughty expression in his eyes. And because of the redness, it seems that he is completely drowned in the ocean of love also. That's why he seems that he is intoxicated in love too. So when we focus on the eye of Sri Krishna, that this kind of eye is there, and there is some clue of his naughtiness, and he is seeing with his sidelong glances. Now he is seeing towards me. He is seeing towards me. And you are seeing Shyam Sundar from a distance. Then you will feel like he is indicating, because he is very naughty. And he is looking towards me continuously and giving an indication that, why are you standing so far? You are mine. Come to me. He is calling me. I am so fortunate. He is saying that, come to me. I want to embrace you. I am standing for you with my open arms. Why are you standing so far? We have to visualize this. Looking towards the eyes of Sri Krishna. Hai kabahu jhumat sakhi modhig priyatham ai hain pran pyare. We have to create this kind of bhavana where we are focusing on the face of Sri Krishna, towards the eyes of Sri Krishna. And his lids are blue. So there are so many colors. White color, red color, black color, and the blue color. Everything together, the confluence of all these colors is giving an ineffable form of beauty. Nobody can describe this beauty. And when we come towards little lower, then his red lips, his blue cheeks, red lips, and his hair are so curly, black and curly. They are playing on the blue cheeks of Shyam Sundar. They are looking extremely beautiful. Then, you are imbibing this beauty, enjoying this beauty. Then you come little lower and you see the neck. He is wearing banmala, which is hanging down up to the length of knee. And there are 5 kinds of flowers. He is looking extremely beautiful with banmala. The fragrance of banmala is also so much intoxicating. And his shoulders are also most beautiful. If you want to know the details of all the parts of body, the beauty of all the parts of body of Sri Krishna, read Sri Krishna Dwadashi. Maharaji had given detail of each and every part of the body of Sri Krishna. The beautiful description is there. You can read it. So, he is wearing from the right shoulder, he is wearing a janu. In his blue shoulders, the janu, which is white and very shiny, is looking so beautiful. And then on his shoulder, there's silky pitambar, a silken shawl which is hanging up to his feet. And his feet are so beautiful. Once you see towards the feet, you cannot forget about the beauty of feet. His sole is pink. That pink is very similar to the dark pink petals of rose. But the beauty of the redness of Shyam Sundar's soul is shining the beauty of lots of roses of that color. There is no comparison, but it is a little bit similar. The redness is similar. Plus, there are lines in the fingers of Sri Krishna. They are also shining, the white lines. And then the upper part of Sri Krishna's lotus feet is blue. And the toe fingers are white. And they are also shining like the moons. Looking towards the 10 fingers of Shyam Sundar nail, then it feels like 10 moons have descended and they are established in the 10 toe fingers of Sri Krishna. So you keep on seeing, and this softness, the softness of his entire body, the softness of his feet is so much that Shri Maharaj says, if you combine the softness of the entire universe, that is equivalent to the softness of Mahalakshmi. And again, if you combine the softness of millions of Mahalakshmi put together, then that is the softness of the lotus feet of Shyam Sundar. So they are so soft. The devotee thinks, his lotus feet are so soft, and I want to touch them. How can I touch it? My hands are so hard. Each and every finger is so hard, and his feet are softer than the petals of the rose. So if I will touch with my finger the feet of Shyam Sundar, then probably they will be hurt. That's why they are afraid to touch it. So if we do Roop Dhyan like this is called Sango Pang Roop Dhyan. I have no time, but Shri Maharaj Ji has described the beauty separately. The beauty of his shoulders, the beauty of his chest, the beauty of his legs, the beauty of his lotus feet, etc., everything very nicely in very detail. So I'm just giving you a clue that when we sit for our sadhana, then dhyana cha. When this point comes, then we have to do dhyan, means we have to do roop dhyan in that way. Then you will never get bored. If you are not doing roop dhyan and you are just singing bhajan, then after some time you get bored. But if you are focusing from head to toe, you start enjoying the beauty of his face only. It will take half an hour to enjoy the beauty of in each and every part of his face only. It will take half an hour. And then again you are going to see the beauty of his ears, the beauty of his lips, the beauty of his neck, the beauty of his chest, the beauty of his chest and everything. Then it will take hours and hours. You will have no inkling of the time. So when we do our sadhana, then we have to do Roop Dhyan. And Shri Maharaj Ji says, it is also very important that when you are doing Roop Dhyan, when doing your sadhana, then you should sing some bhajan. See, that stage will also come. When you don't have to sing, you don't need any instrument, etc. with you, but after some time. Now we are the beginners. We are starting our sadhana. Our stage is not that high. That's why Sri Maharaj says, whenever you are doing your sadhana, sing. Sing some bhajan or chant. It is necessary. And take some instrument also in your hand. Some people ask that what is the need of singing loudly, conspicuously? Why? Because if we sing, then the other persons who are sleeping in other rooms, they object. They said, you start singing at 4 o'clock and we lose our sleep. It is very much disturbing. Can you not do your sadhana in your mind? Why are you showing off? People say like that. In fact, their sleep is not disturbed. I have seen in our satsang, when 5, 6 manjiras, dholak and harmonium, everything is being played, then people take good sleep in the satsang. Once, I was having some camp in Toronto, And I was singing Sada So Soi Dulhan Jaat, and one person started snoring. So it does not disturb them actually. They think that one person is doing sadhana, he will go ahead of me and I will be behind, I will be called a sinner. That's why because of the guilty feeling, they object. But we have to sing bhajan, and we should take the instrument also so that we will not feel sleepy. If you are just doing Roop Dhyan, it is not bad thing if you can do that. But we are the beginners. When you will start Roop Dhyan only, and you will not sing, you will not have any instrument in your hand, manjira or dhol or harmonium or anything else, then what will happen? After a little time, you will sleep. You will sit like this to do Roop Dhyan, and then you will do like that, then you like that, and then you will sleep. And then maybe you will start snoring as well. That's why Mahaprabhu Chaitanya said, Pashu Pakshi Keet Adi Boli Te Na Pare, Shunile Hori Naam Tara Shwabutare, Jopi Lete Hori Naam Apni Te Tore, Uccho Sankirtane Par Upkar Kore. If you are Jopi Lete Hari Naam Apni Te Tore, if you are just doing Roop Dhyan, you are meditating in your mind, then Apni Te Tare, maybe you will do something good for yourself only. But if Uccha Sankirtane Par Upkar Kare, if you are singing bhajan, then Pashu Pakshi Keet Adi Boli Te Na Pare. There are many Pashu Pakshi, the animals, insects, etc. They cannot sing bhajan, they cannot speak, but they are also listening the name of God. They are also benefited with that. And other people who are sleeping in your family, they will also be benefited. So there are many benefits of singing bhajan. So you should sing bhajan. Don't say, when Shri Maharaj Ji also, when sometimes he says, hey, are you sleeping? Then, no, Maharaj Ji, I was doing Roop Dhyan. I was in Samadhi. Don't go in Samadhi so fast. Because go gradually, you can go on that Samadhi as well, but it will take some time. So we have to sing something and we have to take the instrument also. So in that way, as I described, that we have to feel. Sometimes you have to feel, you have to do the Roop Dhyan of Milan, and sometimes you have to do Roop Dhyan of Viraha. There are two kinds of sadhana. The sadhana of separation, the sadhana of meeting Shyam Sundar. When you're doing sadhana of meeting Shyam Sundar, then you feel like, yes, Shri Radharani and Shri Krishna are coming towards this kunj. And Vishakha Sakhi has come with lots of beautiful ornaments and dresses, etc. Lalita ji is coming with some box of pan. And then here Chitra is coming with some beautiful photos and everything. So all of them are coming here. It means Shri Shyam Sundar is going to come over here. Shri Radharani is going to come over here. And some Sakhi came with the flowers. And she is decorating the whole path beautifully as a carpet. It looks like it is the red carpet. It is beautiful carpet. They are decorating the whole way. On the other hand, somebody is making a beautiful place for them to sit. It seems like it is also a beautiful and thick carpet on which Shyam Sundar and Shri Radharani is going to sit. Now Shri Radha is coming, Shri Krishna is coming, and they are looking towards me, and now Shri Krishna is indicating, then come, you also come, or some Sakhi, Vishakha Sakhi, or some Lalita Sakhi, they are indicating, come here and hold this thing. So I could not believe that I am called over there to hold this thing. And I went over there, then she said that you stand on the second door. And I am standing at the second door. I am seeing all the leelas of Shri Krishna. In that way, we have to visualize the beauty of Milan, meeting Shyam Sundar. And then On the other hand, sometimes you feel that I am not seeing Shamsundar. I am crying, but he is not coming here because my heart is extremely dirty. Oh Shamsundar, I am so full of ego, and you like only Deenta, you like humbleness. So bestow your grace so that I can also be humble. In that way, we have to request, we have to shed tears, and it will increase the Deenta as well. So without shedding tears, either they are the tears of happiness, the bliss of meeting Shamsundar, or they are the tears of separation of Shamsundar. We have to think about them, meeting Shamsundar, sometimes separated by Shamsundar. In that way, we have to do Roop Dhyan every day. That is a glimpse of daily sadhana, which you have to do practically. And besides this, there is one more kind of sadhana that is called Kriyatmak sadhana, the sadhana of Karma Yoga. When we are doing Karma Yoga sadhana, taking that, because when we will do this sadhana for 2 hours, only then we can do the sadhana of Karma Yoga as well. In Karma Yoga sadhana, we have to take the help of this sadhana, Karma Sanyasa sadhana, the sadhana of Roop Dhyan, and then whatever you do, wherever you go, you feel the presence of God. You feel the presence of Guru, like the gopis did. Yadohane vahanane mathanopale papreng kheng khunarv rudito kshanamar janadau gayanti chaina manurakta diyo shukantyo dhanya brajastriya urukrama chittayana. All the time they are doing all their household chores, but even for a second, they do not forget. In everything, they are playing, they are fondling their own child, but they are seeing Sri Krishna in their own child. They are cleaning their house, but they are thinking that maybe Shamsundar would come here tomorrow and I should clean it. They are churning the yogurt to make butter, and they are thinking about Shamsundar. So every time, every moment, they are thinking about Sri Krishna. Kabir Das ji also said, Sumiran ki sudhiyo karo, jo surbhi sutamahi, charo to din bhar chare, bisrat kabahu nahi. Like the cow goes to the meadow to have the grass to eat his food, but she is thinking all the time about her child, about the calf. Most of the time, she is thinking about him. She is having the chara, she is eating that grass, and she is thinking about that when I will eat, then I will create milk, then my child will drink that milk. So she is thinking about all the time about her child. In the same way, we are supposed to do all our household chores. We have to do, because we are the householders. So we have to do that, but try not to forget Sri Krishna. All the time think about his presence. This will happen only by practice. So the time is too much now, and in brief I told about the practical sadhana, and I hope that because this is instructed by Shri Maharaj Ji, and you all love Shri Maharaj Ji wholeheartedly, so I hope that if you are doing this, that we should also learn something from you. And if you are not doing, then please start it doing, so it will please our Guru Shri Maharaj Ji. Boliye Srimad Satguru Sarkar ki jai. Srimad Yugal Sarkar ki jai. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Jai Shri Radhe.
spirituality in her childhood when Shri Maharaj Ji had not even started spreading the true in Sanskrit and music. She became a sannyasi preacher of our main organization, Jagat Guru Kripalu Parishad, in 1972 at a very young age. Like her master, her logic and language leave her audience spellbound, and the sweetness of her chantings evokes a true happiness and feeling of love for Radha